The rain in this city never just falls. It slinks down the alleyways like a guilty secret. I'm Detective Miles, and my beat is the gilded cage of the art world. For the past month, someone's been plucking jewels from that cage, one priceless painting at a time. No alarms tripped, no windows broken, just empty frames and the ghost of a masterpiece. They were calling him the Phantom, but phantoms don't leave behind a single, pristine white feather. My first stop was the scene of the latest heist, the Beaumont Gallery. The air still smelled of stale champagne and fresh panic. A nervous young guard, barely old enough to shave, was recounting his night. He saw nothing, heard nothing. Just a faint flutter, he said, like a book dropped in the next room. That was it, a flutter. Not much to go on, but it was all I had. The only other person I talked to was a gossipy art critic who was more interested in tearing down the stolen artist's reputation than helping me find the painting. He did mention one thing though. All the stolen pieces were from artists who had recently spurned a curator named Silas Croft. The feathers led me to a quiet, unassuming studio tucked away in a bohemian corner of the city. The place smelled of turpentine and something wild, something alive. And there she was, Serafina, an artist with eyes that held more color than any canvas. Her work was brilliant, a whirlwind of emotion and technique. As we talked, a magnificent white cockatoo, Picasso, perched on her shoulder, preening as if he owned the place. She was charming, passionate about her art. She spoke of the stuffiness of the art world, how it stifled true creativity. I felt a pull, an admiration for her spirit. But in this line of work, you learn that charm can be the most beautiful mask. I couldn't shake the feeling she was connected. The feathers, the motive. It was all circumstantial, but my gut screamed her name. I started digging deeper, looking into her past, her connections. And then I found him, Silas Croft, the disgruntled former curator, the man everyone seemed to have wronged. He was a shadow hanging over Seraphine's life, a former mentor who'd been publicly disgraced after a series of bad investments and accusations of forgery. His career was in ruins, and he blamed the very artists whose work was now vanishing. I decided to pay Silas a visit. His apartment was a mausoleum of forgotten art, dusty and filled with a bitter silence. He was a ghost of a man, thin and pale, with eyes that burned with a cold fire. He spoke of Serafina with a possessive pride, calling her his protege, his instrument of justice. He claimed the art world was corrupt, a den of thieves who stole glory from true geniuses like him. He practically confessed, cloaking his words in self-righteous monologues. He wasn't just bitter, he was a puppet master pulling the strings. And Serafina, with her brilliant, rebellious heart, was his star puppet. He had twisted her passion into a tool for his own petty revenge. The stakes were rising. The next target was set to be unveiled at the Grand Galerium Gala, the biggest art event of the year. A masterpiece by an artist who had personally testified against Silas. It was his grand finale. I knew Serafina would be there, and so would Picasso. This was my chance to catch them all in the act. The gala was a sea of black ties and glittering gowns. I watched Serafina from a distance. She looked out of place, her vibrant energy clashing with the sterile opulence of the room. I could see the conflict in her eyes. This wasn't her world, and this crime wasn't her fight. Just as the curator began his speech, the lights flickered and died. A collective gasp echoed through the hall. In the chaos, I heard it again, that faint flutter. I moved toward the display. In the dim emergency lighting, I saw a flash of white. Picasso, the cockatoo, was expertly slicing the canvas from its frame with a tiny custom-made blade attached to his leg. It was incredible, a perfectly executed heist by a feathered phantom.